Hey guys, it's Jen here from Nails by Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be another fun mixing video. A little while ago, I had done a video mixing all of my Joann's full diamond gels and came up with a cool concoction. And I had asked you guys in the comment section to let me know if you wanted me to do more mixing videos where I would just take individual sort of colors like a green palette, the blue palette, red, etc., etc., and mix all of what I have together and see what I come up with. And the consensus was yes. So today, in lieu of St. Patty's Day coming up, I am going to mix all of my greens. I did try to find a green top, but you guys, I actually don't own anything green, so this was the closest I could get to something green. It's more of the teals. So if this is something that you're interested in, stick around, keep watching. As always, don't forget to click that like and subscribe for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and let's get started. Alright guys, so here are all of my greens. Now I am sticking with the Madam Glam gel polishes. I do have many other brands, but as you guys know, I am transitioning to just having the Madam Glam for my gel polish. So I just wanted to go and pick all of the greens. And I didn't just stick with solely like green. I also went in and grabbed some teals because, well, they're kind of a green as well. So I've got 14 colors here for you guys. I'm going to mix them all on my trusty little palette from Glitter Mix Canada. And then I'm going to actually do a little design for you guys at the end as well. I think that's kind of fun just to show you guys how I can use the color or how you can use the color. So let's get into mixing. Alright guys, so I've got my little palette here, and I also have this palette knife that I got off of eBay. It is a number 5. I'll see if I can find a link for you guys below. I know in the past when I've tried I couldn't find it anymore, but I love it for mixing because it's got that bend in it. It just makes it a lot easier for mixing colors. So now you may have noticed when I showed you all of the colors in the beginning, 3 of them look almost identical, these 3 here, but they are slightly different. So I am going to add all of them, and I'm going to start off with this one here called Pacific. Now I am just literally going to paint on sort of a little line of color, kind of like so. We've got 12 colors to, or 14 colors, excuse me, to go over. So I don't want to have a whole bunch of this left over. So then this one here is called Sky is the Limit. Again, it looks very, very, very similar. So I'm going to just, again, sort of put a little kind of line there, a blotch of it. And then this one here is called Boat Trip. So now and I actually haven't used this one. I'm going to be doing a swatch video here, actually filming it today at the same time. Today I'm going to be filming a swatch video of Boat Trip. So, but I will put them all side by side so you can see a quick little difference. I would say that Pacific and Boat Trip are nearly exactly the same, the 2 on the ends, but this one here in the middle, what was that one called again? Sky is the Limit, has a little more green to it. And then we've got this one here. This is called On My Way. This is another new one I just got, and I did use it on one client, and it's really, really nice, and it covers really nice as well. So again, just painting on a little line there. Now let's choose this one. This is kind of like a army green, sort of olivey green. This one is called Night Shift. I believe that the collection was called the Office Collection. It is a really nice fall green. So I've got a little blob there. And what about this one? So this is like an army green here. This one is called Down to Earth. My bottle is so dusty. You guys, everything gets so dusty in the nail room. Again, take a little blob of that and drop it right there. That looks so pretty as it is. I love how that looks right there. And then I've got this one here. I've had this one for a while. It's a really nice light green. It's called Early Bird. Very, very pretty. Perfect for summer, spring, Easter nails. Okay. And then let's do this one here. This is another new one. Again, it will be in a video soon. Mother Nature. It's like a brighter, it's a very vibrant green. Oh, and look at Mika's come to join us with her little cat hair here. It's a very vibrant green. So let's put a little line of that down there. Just want to make sure I kind of have equal amounts. I'm trying to just add equal amounts of each color. And then, ooh, look at this one. Nice and bright green again. Another new one of mine, neon lime green. Ooh, look at that. So let's draw a bright green line with that one. And then, you guys, this one is like, put your sunglasses on, baby. This one is called Green Highlighter, and it is exactly that. Again, I haven't swatched this one. This is another new one, but it will be in a swatching video coming up here. So let me grab a good amount of that one and splotch that one down. Ooh, look at that. I have 4 more to go. Okay, so this is actually a cat eye, but because it's a green, I wanted to pull it out anyways. It is called Thunder. So it color shifts, you can see on the bottle, from a dark green to a kind of lighter green. It's more of a teal actually, so I'm gonna just splotch that down here. It's very pretty, even without using the cat eye effect in it, it's very pretty. And I've got this one. This one is called Mistletoe. I have not done a swatching video on these either. These are the Ho Ho Hollow collection. You guys, I'm so behind on videos. I have so much stuff. All right, so we'll get a good little blobby of that. And 2 more. Another teal one. This one here, which is called It's Not Xmas Yet. I can't remember what the collection was called, but this is part of a collection. And this is more of a dark teal. This is a really pretty color, though. I did use it over the winter season. It's so nice. It's like holographic. And this is from the same collection, this green one here. This one is called I Am Vegan. And it's like a dark green holographic. Really, really, really pretty. All right, so that is all 14 of them. Such a pretty palette. I'm not a green person. Miss Sharin, this is a video for you because you are the green goddess. You love all things green. So let's just blend them together. Ooh, what's going to happen? Oh my gosh. I don't know, you guys, what do you think it's gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be kind of muddy and or is it gonna be more tealy? I don't know. Okay, definitely green. It is definitely a green. It is not at all turning out what I thought. I thought for sure it would be more on the teal kind of spectrum because there was so much teal, but it's not at all. It's a very like muted grass color, I would say, like a green grass kind of color. Definitely not something I am like super into, but I know Sharin will definitely love this because she is a green lover. I'm not generally a green girl, hence the reason I have no green clothing. All right, let's just bring this up. And so you can see a little bit of that shimmery sparkle in there. I am not mad at that at all. Very cool. It's a very nice green. It's just like, I would say like green grass. That's exactly, so if you're doing any kind of like spring design, and you need something for like a green kind of grass color, this would be like perfect for that. Okay, so let's get into doing a little design for you guys using this. All right, you guys, so I have decided I'm going to do a little bit of an abstract. I'm going to do some ombre. There's going to be some glitter. So I went through all of my stuff and picked some little things to add. So I've got the color that we mixed over here, and then I've chosen 3 other colors. So I've got the one here called Sky is the Limit. I'm going to use that one. And then I think I'm going to mix these 2 together to combine to make another color. So I've got Early Bird and Green Highlighter. I'm going to mix those 2 together. And then of course we're going to be using the one that I just made. And I've got this beautiful glitter from Glitter Mix Canada called 084 Jade Green. It is a hexagon mix. It's got fine glitter, medium, large, those hexagons that we love. It's not holographic or anything. It's just this beautiful bright green color. And then I've got this one here from Glitter Boutique Canada, but I don't know the name of it because this was actually gifted to me and I don't have the name on the back, but it is a holographic teal mix. It's really, really, really pretty. I'll see if I can maybe find it on the website and link it below for you guys, but I cannot guarantee that I will know exactly which one it is because I don't have the name of it, but I've got that. And then I'm going to be using my Glitter Mix Canada ombre brush. Ooh, let me just pop that open. Beautiful little rose gold brush. I have used it already. I used it when I did my Valentine's Day compilation video with Miss Ginger Sparks. I used it and I really, really liked it. So I'm going to attempt to do an ombre nail as well. And like I said, I'll do some abstract and I'm going to use these Born Pretty stamping gels. I've been using them a lot lately and I really like them for hand painting, very fine detail. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for the abstract design, but I think I'm going to incorporate some zebra, maybe a little bit of leopard. You know, I love some animal print, and then just some lines and dots, just, you know, a traditional abstract design that I love to do. I love abstract designs. So let's get into finally doing this design for you guys. So first I'm going to take these two greens here and I'm going to mix a little bit of a color. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for, but I wanted something that'll kind of go with this jade green glitter from Glitter Mix Canada. So let me just mix these two. I'm just going to do a little bit to start, and I might even take a little bit of this one here and kind of throw it in there. Let's see if I do that, what happens. Yeah, so we're on the right path. So I'm just going to make a little bit more of it just so that I have enough, because I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing, but we're going to be winging it. You guys know I love, oh geez, that might have been too much. I love winging it for you guys. I find too, like when I do wing it, sometimes I make mistakes, and I enjoy doing that for you guys because it's better that I make a mistake rather than you have to make the mistake, especially when you're working on clients. So I think that that's a good color. I think we'll stick with that. It's not like identical to this jade green or anything. I didn't want it exactly the same. I just wanted something that will go with that color palette. So we've got the two colors mixed. So let me get this off to the side here. And I'm also going to keep this one out also. I'm going to use it individually also. So I've got these two, the Pacific and Early Bird. I think Pacific, no, sorry, Sky is the Limit, not Pacific. And I am going to move this over to the side as well. So I've got my little tips here that are prepped. So these are the two that I'm going to be doing the abstract on, and the reason I have the blush pink or cover pink acrylic underneath is because I would be applying this over a built nail with cover pink. It's not going to have a base color on it. It's going to have like the clear background over the natural nail. So that's why I did that, just so that you guys can see how it would look over the natural nail. Okay, so let's start off by doing the middle nail. The middle nail is going to be the ombre. So these two are going to be the same, but just maybe slightly different. These are going to have glitter on them. Actually, let's start with those two because those two are going to have the color that we just mixed. Both of them are going to have a full coat of that. So I'm also going to be using, to apply the color, I'm going to be using my Fusion No. 2 Oval. You guys know this is my absolute favorite brush for applying gel polish colors. So now if you notice, the brush has some white in there. So what I'm actually going to do, you can use clear top coat as well to do this, but I'm just going to take a little bit of that green and I'm just going to start kind of working it into the brush. And what you'll notice is it starts to push the white out. So then what I do is I flip it over and I will drag the brush along the paper towel, or you could do it on your palette as well to get that white out. And I'm just going to grab a little bit more and do that again. And again, you will see that it's starting to push that white to the other side of the brush. again, here you go, you can see, there you go, you can see there's white there, so I'm just going to brush that and take that off of there. So there's still a little bit of white in there, but it should be fine. So I'm going to grab, and I actually prefer to put the lid on the end. I find I like the weight of the brush better with the lid on the end of it. Now I see I've got a little bit of that green over here, so I'm just gonna scooch that out of the way. All right, so I'm going to take we're going to take this custom mix color, and I'm going to do 2 coats of it on the entire nail. We're just going to cover the entire nail with that, and both the, you know, thumb and pinky, I guess you would be calling these 2 tips, would be considered the thumbnail and the pinky nail. Again, you can see it's pushed that white. Let me show you here. You see how it's pushed more of that white? Again, I'm just going to flip my brush and swipe it on the paper towel and get that white out of there. And go back in with that color. Now with Madam Glam gel polishes, I always recommend you guys do 2 thin coats. I know some people like to do 1 thick coat, but I do find that they cure the best when you do 2 thin coats. All right, so that's 1 thin coat of that guy. It's almost like I would say it's kind of a jade green actually. You guys know I'm not the greatest with describing colors, but I would say it's kind of a jade green, and when we get 2 coats on, it'll be a little bit darker. So I'm going to put that into the light. I'm going to give it a full cure, and then I'm going to work on the pinky nail, which is exactly the same, and I'm just going to repeat the same thing. So I would like to know in the comment section below, what is your favorite color? We all know Sharin's is green. We all know mine is pink. I'm just going to show you guys again. There's a little bit of that white in there. Flip it over, wipe it off. Yes, so we all know mine is pink. I would love to know below if you have a favorite color. Are you a purple person? Are you a blue person? Are you a nude or browns? Do you love those colors? What is your favorite kind of go-to color? And I know that sometimes people have different colors that they like they maybe like wearing pink, but they love the color tan for their house or something. I'm a pink girl through and through. I have a pink house, I have pink house stuff. I have, yeah, pink what I wear. Okay, why won't this focus? Let's see if I can get it to focus better. There we go. All right, so again, first coat on, I'm going to get this baby into the light. Okay, so this is the first coat. Now I'm going to apply my second coat, and you'll see it's going to darken up a little bit. Yeah, I would definitely say this would be a good color to do sort of like a jade stone where you do the marbling. This would be a good color for that. Just use a lighter shade, maybe a little bit of a darker shade, some white, marble that in there, and that would be good to go. All right, so now I'm going to actually leave this wet because I'm going to add some glitter to this one. So I'm going to just simply sprinkle out a little bit of this jade green from Glitter Mix Canada onto my paper towel. I don't need a lot. I'm not doing a huge amount. We're going to do sort of a faded ombre of glitter because we still want to see that color, because that color was the whole purpose of this video. So I don't want to cover it all up on us. And then I've got this one from Glitter Boutique Canada. Again, I don't know what it is called. Now, one of the things that I will do sometimes when I'm working with glitters like this and I shake them out, when you shake them out, what you'll notice is you only get a lot of the bigger chunks. So I have this little teensy spoon. I think we all have them. And I'll actually just go into the bottom. Let me move this out of the way here. I will just go into the bottom and get a good scoop, and that way you'll actually end up getting a lot of those little finer glitters also. So I'm just going to, there must be something sticky on here because it's kind of sticking, but I'm just going to go in and get some of that finer glitter as well because I do want a little bit of both. All right, so now I'm just going to take this brush here. Now this is just an old ombre brush that I kind of made myself, but I use this for applying all of my glitters into wet gel polishes or my flakes. I always use this. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of tap very lightly just to make it slightly tacky. And then I will go in and grab these chunky glitters. So I'm going to start with the jade green, and I'm just going to place them kind of individually here and there, feathering them down a little bit. And I don't want to go too far down. So I've got that. And then I'm going to go in with the Glitter Boutique Canada one and do the same thing. I'm going to kind of ombre them a little bit and blend them sort of in the middle. And then I'm just going to grab individual glitters, and you want to make sure that they're sitting flat. You don't want them to be poking out. But this is why I wanted some of the smaller ones too, so you can kind of fade them down and it looks more like a glitter fade. You can grab some of those green ones from the jade green one as well and grab some of those little glitters. And I just use my finger and kind of spread the glitter out onto the paper towel so that I can see better. And we just want to add little bits of glitter here and there. We don't want to cover the whole nail. We just want to create a little ombre effect with the glitter. Just want to tilt it to the side a little bit. And then you want to just see if anything's like poking out too much. Like this one here, I'll just take the end of my brush and kind of tap it down. I mean, they're flat, right? The glitter are flat. They're not curved, so they're not going to lay perfect. But once you put your thick layer of either a builder gel or however you choose to seal them in, it will be totally fine. So I'm going to get that into the light to cure. And we're going to repeat the process on this other one. So again, I'm putting another layer down of my gel polish creation, my green color. And then we're going to apply the glitter. And I'm thinking I might just reverse the glitter and do the teal first and then the jade green, or yeah, the jade green color next. So we'll start with that teal. Again, just kind of patting it in here and there. And then we'll go in with that jade green as well. Oh, I got a couple of them a little bit low, so I'm going to take that off of there if I can get that off. That just fell way too low. We don't want it way down there. And fill in areas, and you can just individually pick up little glitters individual and place them. Yes, it does seem like it's, you know, pretty time consuming, but really, if you just kind of splotch them on and throw them on there, they just won't lay as nicely. You won't have the coverage like you want. So really, it is the best way to do it. Unless you are encapsulating. Obviously, if you're encapsulating your big glitter, then it's a little bit different. I mean, you still want to make sure you're placing it in the correct areas, but so I'm just now grabbing some individuals, again, those little ones. And I think that that's good. Again, I'm going to tilt it to the side. I don't know if you guys can see right here. You see how that's poking up right there? I'm just going to take the end of my brush and see if I can kind of flatten it a little bit better, just so it's a little more even. This one, there's two stuck together I can see, so I'm just going to move those apart. And then that's good. I'm going to get that in the light. All right, so for now, that one is done. Those two are done. Okay, so this is what we've got so far, and I'm going to work on the middle one next. So I'm just going to grab that little guy and plop it on my little pumpkin. That's from Glitter Mix Canada as well. I got that one back in the fall time. They sent me that, so cute. So I'm going to do the ombre nail now. So we're going to start off with the Sky is the Limit, and I am going to apply it at the cuticle area. So, and you don't want it to be super thick or anything because you are going to do 2 coats, but you want a good, like, medium coating, I would say. Not super thin and not super thick. And we're just going to go down a little ways. So we're doing 4 colors here, but I'm not going to actually apply them all in equal amounts. The last color will be the one that is the most, and I find that that just works the best. So next I'm going to go in with my custom color. And again, I'm going to add a little layer. And you just want to make sure you cover from side to side. It doesn't have to be like a perfect little layer or anything like that. It doesn't have to be perfectly, you know, straight. I mean, you want it straight, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So I've got that on there. And then I'm going to go in with this one here, the Early Bird. And I'm going to do my next little layer. So we're going to go like that. Little Early Bird. And I don't know if I've actually, you know, I've never ombre'd the greens, so it'll be kind of interesting. And then I'm going to go in with that brighter green that we made at the end here, and I'm going to apply that to the end. So you will notice that the end color is actually the largest surface area. And I just find that when you are ombreing, if you make the last color too small, it almost just disappears. It's almost like, because you're dragging the colors through, right? So you're going to start off by dragging the teal color through the green, through the lighter green, and then through the neon green. But by the time you get down here, you've kind of oversaturated with these other colors that this one sort of will end up disappearing if you put, if I only made the neon green, for example, this tiny little area here. Oh, there's some glitter in there now. You know, you don't want to have it disappear. You do want to see a little bit of that neon green. So that's why I make the last color a little bit larger. And then you're just going to go through with your ombre brush, and you're literally going to tap and pull that color through. And it's not going to look super perfect, but once you put the top coat on, it really does make a difference. And you do want to start at the top and just kind of drag that color through. I'm just kind of bouncing back and forth, side to side, dragging the color down. You can see now it's going into that sort of light green color, and then we're going into that neon green color, and then I wipe off my brush and I do it again. Oh, just make sure you wipe off your brush because you don't want that lighter color into the top. And again, like, it looks like it's not gonna look nice. Like here you're thinking, oh gosh, it looks so streaky, but it does blend. If you watched my Valentine's Day compilation video, you'd see that it really does work. Okay, so I've got that first layer done. Definitely doesn't look perfect or anything like that. And you know what? Nails are not perfect, guys. If you're striving for perfection, it ain't attainable. So let's put this in the light. I'm going to cure that. Okay, so first layer done. We're going to repeat the exact same steps. We're going to apply that first teal color. And guys, I am not an ombre pro. Like, I literally just did this for the first time when I did my Valentine's Day compilation video. I had never, maybe I tried it a long time ago, but it's not something that I, you know, do normally in my salon. But I see it all the time, and I was like, you know, I feel like this is something I should learn to do, because I usually ombre with acrylic. I generally just ombre all of my stuff. I will ombre with acrylic. I prefer to ombre with acrylic, but I also feel like this is kind of a neat way to do it also. And if you're more of a gel tech and you're more of a top application kind of girl or guy where you apply the color on top of your finish filed designs, this is something you want to do. So again, I'm going in with that neon color at the end, the largest section. And let's grab our ombre brush and do the same thing. Start at the very, very top and start to kind of work your way down, back and forth, wiggling. And it does take time. You can absolutely do this in your salon, but yes, it does take time. It's not a quick design or quick service. Okay, wipe off my brush, and I'm going to start again and do it all over again and just make sure I'm kind of blending. And if you see an area where you're thinking, oh, I feel like I need more of that lighter color in there, you know, it's not quite blended the way that I'd like, go ahead and grab some of that color and just blend it in there. Like right here, you know, you may think, oh, that does not look blended very nicely. So what you can do is just grab, you know, a little bit more of that dark gel polish and just kind of blend it in and work with it a little bit, right? Just blend those colors. And this is the time consuming part, right? This is the part that it's like you got to take a little bit of time and work with it. And that's probably why I've always gravitated towards doing the acrylic, because it's ombreing acrylic is so much easier than ombreing gel, in my opinion. I'm not a gel tech, so that also may be why I feel that way. Maybe the gel techs out there feel like ombreing gel polish or gel is easier. All right, so I'm quite satisfied with that. Now I'm going to get that in the light. I just want to clean up this little edge here. It looks like there's a little, oh, that might be just the way the shape of the tip is. So I'm going to get that into the light and cure that for a final cure. All right, so this is what we have so far. No top coat or anything yet. So now I'm going to work on these two abstract designs. So I'm going to pop one of those off. Now you guys know I love the dry brush method for abstract. So the dry brush method basically means you take your brush, whether it's gel polish or if you're using an actual brush to apply it, and you really wipe that color off a lot. And then I'll even actually, sometimes there's glitter on here. I don't want to get glitter in the brush, but basically I'll just kind of wipe it on my paper towel to again remove some of that excess. So I'm going to start off with the teal, and I'm going to do the dry brush method. So I'm just going to kind of wipe that off. And then I'm just going to draw a swift little line. So when you do the dry brush method, you get these kind of streaky bits where it misses the color somewhere in some spaces, and that's what you want. So I'm going to do a couple of splotches of that just like that. Very, very simple. Pop that in the light, and I'm going to do the other one as well because they are going to kind of match. But what I'm going to do is go in the opposite direction. So this one, I'm going to go this way. There we go, a couple of little splotches. I don't know why it won't focus. I apologize, you guys. It just will not stay focused on the nail. It's like it's focusing on the background. All right, so now I'm going to go in with that custom mix color, and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm just going to kind of do a different direction. So it's a little bit, I find, harder to do with a brush like this. So you have to have a little bit of a lighter kind of touch with it. To kind of drag it in a weird way. I find like the actual gel polish bottle brushes work a little bit better, but I'm just going to go like that, do a couple of sort of rando little lines. Very abstract. Abstract is one of the easiest designs to do because there is no way to screw it up because it's abstract. So there's no way you're supposed to do it. It just goes whichever way it works out. So again, I'm going to go in and do a couple of little lines like that. Cure that bad boy, and we're going to move on to this color here, Early Bird. Again, I'm just going to move this out of the way. Again, I'm going to dry brush this on, and again, you can go in any direction you want. They don't all have to be going in the same direction. You can just kind of back and forth, and if you happen to get too much, like if you feel like there's too much on there, I will just where's my brushy brush? You can just grab like whatever brush you use to clean things up and just kind of spooch it off, right? Wipe it off. Because the other layers are cured, it won't wipe those off. So I'm going to stick that into the light. And abstract is an easy design and it's a quick design. So if you are in a pinch with clients and you are trying to, you know, you're running behind or something like that, and you need to get through a client, see if they'll be willing to do an abstract design. Just like that. Now we're going to go in with that neon color. And again, we're just going to kind of put it wherever we want to. And if you want to add more teal, you can add more teal. You know, the thing is to, once you look at it and you're kind of satisfied, try not to muck with it too much. If you add too many layers and too much stuff, it can get a little bit sort of crowded or just a little bit too much, but like I'm going to add a little bit of white to this as well with that Born Pretty. But other than that, that's it. It's very simple. Now, like that, it doesn't look amazing, right? It's like, okay, it kind of looks weird. Maybe not like the greatest, but once you add the design on top. So you could stamp on top of this, you can hand paint on top of this, you could add foils on top of this, or flakes. So I'm just going to go in now with a little bit of that white. I've barely got any on my brush, and again, just kind of dry brush some of it over the top. Just like that. Very, very random. I find the white just makes things pop a little teensy weensy bit, right? Just adds that little bit of dimension. All right, so again, just add a little bit of that white dry brushing method. Just like that. All right, so let's get that into the light. Okay, so I am now done with all of these greens, so I'm just going to clean my palette off. Well, actually, I could just use this little corner over here, I suppose. So I'm going to add some of this black. Now, this gel, stamping gel from Born Pretty is extremely pigmented, you guys. You really do not need a lot. The key is you do not want to use a lot. If you put it on too thick, it will not cure. So you want to be careful not to be doing anything too thick with it. And I'm just going to grab one of my detailer brushes from eBay. This one is from eBay. I've had this for quite some time. So I want to make sure that it doesn't have any, other colored gel in it. So I'm just going to kind of put it in the black here and just kind of work the black through it a little bit, just to soften it, loosen it up. And then we're going to do a little bit of zebra. So zebra print, you press down. So we'll start on the side. You press down, flatten your brush, right? You make it fat, and then as you're moving your brush and wiggling, you pull up with your brush so you get a point. Again, you can go back and sort of make sure it's filled in the way that you want. And do the same thing over here, press down, and then we're going to drag up. Now this gel, stamping gel, is very thick as well, so you have to work very slow with it. So generally, I actually prefer to use my acrylic paints for zebra and leopard, but I wanted to show you guys how to use this one that I have here because I've been using it a lot lately. So for this one, I'm starting in the middle, dragging out, and I'm doing the same and going the opposite way, dragging out. And you can add a little one here, and you just want to fill in. Again, zebra print is pretty easy to do because, again, there's no real rhyme or reason, right? And then we're going to do one where, okay, so we've got it the same way, starting at the edge, pulling, dragging, and lifting our brush. But then I'm going to add another one where it's kind of connected to that one, like that, if that makes sense, like so. And then we're going to add one here, just a little tiny one. And finish it off here. So very cool. Now, I'm going to get that in the light to cure because I want that to stay where it is. And I'm going to repeat it on the other one as well. I'm just going to go in the opposite direction. So that one went this way, this one I'm going to go this way. Same thing, push, drag, lift. So I want to show you guys another way of doing some abstract sort of lines using the same technique as the zebra. So again, we're going to put our color on our brush. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with a very light touch, a small little line. You're going to kind of wiggle, and then you're going to push your brush down and kind of lift and then wiggle, and then push your brush down again. And as you can see, it kind of creates little blobs sort of randomly, if that makes sense. So that's what we're going to do on the top here. We're just going to do that in random areas, and you can connect them. So then it'll kind of almost look marbly. Push and pull and wiggle. Here's another one. We'll connect it here. Push and lift and wiggle. And you get those really kind of cool fine lines. This one here, push, lift, and wiggle. And I'm going to connect that one over here. Very, very abstract, right? I mean, this is just another way of doing some little lines. So it almost gives you like an abstract, or a marble or a cracked look even. But I think that that's pretty darn cool. So I'm going to repeat that on the other nail as well. I'm going to get this in the light to cure. We're going to do the same thing. Alright guys, so here they are. So I've decided I'm going to do these 3 matte, and I'm going to do these 2 shiny. So the ones with the glitter, you are going to want to use a thicker top coat or a builder gel, basically so that you don't have any of those little pokey outies, as I call them. So I'm going to go in with my Young Nails gloss. So it is from the Synergy collection. So it's just a thicker top coat. So I'm going to go in with 1 layer of that. And if I find that I still have little edges protruding of the glitter, then I will go in and I will use a file and kind of file and smooth. And then I'm going to go in with my final layer of top coat. So this is a pretty big nail, so I am going to grab a pretty good blob of gel. And I'm just going to encapsulate this. Now, you do want to keep in mind that when you are using a thicker builder gel or a thicker top coat like this, you have already built your nail. So this tip is very thin, obviously, because it's not on a person. But if you've already built the structure of your nail, and then you're doing all your glitter and your, fun stuff, and then you're putting a builder gel or a thick gel like this, you have to keep in mind that the nail is going to be a little bit thicker than you normally would do. So something to keep in mind is to maybe keep your structure just a little bit thinner than you normally would do. That way you don't run into a big, bulky, thick nail. All right, so I'm going to get that in the light. And then I'm going to do the other one as well. And I am going to go through with the file because I can see already that there's little areas like this corner here, this little piece of glitter might stick out. So I'm going to go in with the file and just smoothen them out before I put on my final layer of finishing top coat. And I know lots of people will use this as their top coat, as their finishing top coat. I just like the shine better of my Young Nails Stain Resistant. I find that it stays shiny longer. It is a stain resistant gel, so it does help with resisting stains. And it's just my favorite. So I will do this, and then I will file, and then I'll go in with my top coat. Now on clients, I would use my Young Nails Stain Resistant, but you guys know I don't like to use it in my tutorials because I don't like to waste it. So I'm just going to use a different one to do my final top coat layer. But basically you just want to make sure you build the color, the gel, over the whole nail, making sure you've got all those glitters covered. Try to make it as smooth as possible. If you need to kind of tilt it upside down or move it around a little bit, you can do that. And I'm going to go in and file anyways to smoothen everything out, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you don't want to do that, you want to make sure that this layer is very, very, very smooth and perfect. Alright, so I've got that guy came out of the light. So it looks pretty good, but I am going to go in with my file and just smoothen everything out. I'm going to wipe the dispersion layer off first. So one thing you can do is you can just take your finger after, or you can take a tool, and I just will rub my fingernail along, and I can already feel right there, there's a little chunk that's kind of sticking up. So I definitely would want to go through and file, and I'm just going to use this buffer. This is something that I got in some kit, and I just use it when I'm doing my videos and tutorials. All right, so I've got those two smoothened out, and now I'm going to apply my final layers of top coat. So now these would actually look really cool matte as well. I want to do a set of nails with all glitter matte because I do think it looks very, very, very cool. Or matte glitter, not glitter matte. But I am going to make these ones shiny, so I'm going to go on here, show you the big reveal. It's always the fun part. Good old top coat porn. We love some good old top coat porn. So very, very cool. Very shiny. We love that sparkle. Very nice. But again, Alright guys, so here they are. So now I will say that I would have liked to play around a little bit more with that middle section there. You see the transition? It's okay, but it could have been better. So I would have liked to play around a little bit more with that. But these two transitioned beautifully. These two transitioned beautifully. Just that one in the middle. And I really do love these on the matte. I love them with the matte top coat. Very, very cool. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I love how the design turned out. I really like these abstract ones. I have never combined sort of lines like that with zebra, so I think that it turned out really cool. And definitely I could have worked a little bit harder on that middle one, just getting that ombre to blend a little bit better in the middle. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with them. I am not a green person. You guys know I've mentioned before I struggle with like oranges, greens, and yellows, that kind of palette. But I know Shireen will love these. I hope I did her proud by doing a fun green set. So if you want to see me mix more colors, let me know in the comment section below. I can do blues, reds, pinks, purples, oranges. I think that's probably, maybe I'll do tans as well, all of my like nude colors. So let me know in the comment section below if you want to see more of these fun mixing colors with some designs. And as always, have an amazing day, guys.